There's um, lots of things going on in the States. If you guys are following the news, big thing for like as far as crypto and just uh like the economy goes. So next week, as you guys know, September 17th, the supposedly is going to be the first rate cut on the FOMC meeting. The time is going to be Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time in the US. That's normally when they release, but after um, after that, I mean, this is basically like pretty much pressed in. I think it's right now it's a 100% rate cut. I guess what people are thinking would be, is they gonna just do like a 25 basis point, or is it gonna be like a jumbo cut, like 50 basis point or more? But nonetheless, I know some of you guys been discussing with us in the tickets. It's I think like it's gonna be at least 6 months, like a new cycle, just like back in 2022, when they started to raise interest rate till now, that now it's like what, like almost 3 years. This could at least be like a year of just continually going down from 4.5 to like 2%. Definitely good time. Definitely a good time. Um, yeah, so I guess just as usual, I give you guys sort of rundown of what we're doing, what's kind of happening at Do Finance. First of all, the new Aether CheckerNode LNT campaign is live. Um, the rules, it's really straightforward. Two tasks, like two incentives. One is for deposits. Each node deposit into LNT, you get $15. Basically, it's you deposit 10 nodes, 150. You have 100 node, that's 1,500. It's as much as people can deposit, and there's no cap. So what we're doing this because as much as there are big volumes on the LNT vault, there needs to be enough supply. And so we're still kind of there are some like bigger holders that we're still talking with. But at the same time, we want the community to be able to deposit and get incentivized. So the more people deposit the nodes, that means there's going to be more VATH as supplies. And that means more people can buy VATH because it's trading at a discount. So there's a high implied APY for holding VATH, as it eventually will be redeemable one-to-one to ATH. So definitely trying to, from like our point of view, is trying to grow the supply of nodes being deposited, hence supply of VATH, hence more liquidity per se. There are quite some people wanting to provide liquidity with holding ATH. And if there's not enough VATH, it's not going to be enough. Let's see. Question: rewards are not distributed through Galaxy, then why there's a Galaxy task anyways? I think it is distributed through Galaxy. Um, it, it's um, it's so Galaxy. Just like I think last time we distribute. Okay, so I see what you mean. So last time it wasn't distributed through Galaxy. That's because it was on Aether's Galaxy page. Now this time it's on our page, so we have more. It's sort of easier to coordinate. But I think end of the day it won't matter. Like if like the team decide they're gonna just distribute it by sending, I think that's fine too. But yeah, Galaxy is a sort of a nice way to run campaigns, I guess. So were there any cost when you guys doing the campaign? Deposit amount of times only mark one entity. Oh, so that's fine. Yeah, so I think that is okay. Like the at least like when we eventually distribute rewards, it's not gonna be per wallet. it's definitely gonna be like per notes. So if you have one wallet that deposits 10 notes, then that's $150. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be through Galaxy, but if not, it's not gonna make any difference from your perspective. End of the day, it's all gonna be tracked on chain. Yeah, there were people saying that there's like a cost like on Galaxy to do it. Then we realized it's like a gas fee. So we put some money there, and now it's kind of free. It's just like a very small gas fee when you complete. So where were we at? Yeah, so basically trying to grow the supply of the swap. ATH, there's quite some people holding ATH who wanted to provide liquidity. That also this is enhanced with the ATH price pump. So like ATH this week, this Monday, went up like almost 2x. I think right now it's still 60% up from last week. Pretty crazy. The finally we're seeing either doing something like significant. Yeah, could it be the start of a new trend for ATH? Very possible. I do think the either team has a good amount of capital, good amount of cash flow potentially. So they could do a ton of things like yeah. And Yeah, so that part kind of also make it attractive for people who are arbitraging between LNT and OpenSea. On Monday, when the price just got up, because the node price in LNT, it's sort of denominated in ATH token, right? Because you're selling VATH against ATH token. Whereas on OpenSea, you're selling it to Ethereum, you're selling it to ETH. So there were a quite big a arbitrage room on Monday. So per node on LNT was up to like more than $800 per node. On OpenSea it was still like 600, 700, plus the incentive we're giving. So there were lots of users who bought nodes on OpenSea and just set it on the LNT through the VATH. Pretty smart. And then now the price is more towards the same. And yeah, how many node deposits will run out VATH supply in the Oh, okay. So the node deposits will increase the supply of VATH. It will not gonna deplete the supply of VATH. So the way this works is there's on top of the tab that on the LNT page, deposit withdrawal, and you can see there's a one license equals 47,141 VATH. That is how much ATH is left in the node in each node. Like that's how much you get in ATH terms in 3 years, like combined. So we would calculate this number every day, and then when people deposit it, you release 100% of that in VATH. So that means the more nodes deposit, the more VATH supply. So let's see, there's circulating amount in the swap section. It's 4 million, a little over 4 million. So that is going to be the total supply available right now, which is if you calculate it's 91 licenses right now deposited. That's around that number, yeah, per total VATH. So this matters because let's say someone this matters because these 4 million VATH by the end of the 3-year period will be redeemable to 4 million ATH. So the more there are, the more trading can be done in between. Because as you can see, there's a ton of trading between VATH and ATH. So if you want the price to be more smooth, then the supply has to be better. The liquidity has to be better. Question from Jarko: How does ZooFi balance between rewarding liquidity providers and keeping the system sustainable? What mechanisms are in place to protect liquidity providers from impermanent loss? Really good question. Very sort of a high level. So the first of all, on the impermanent loss, we've actually designed a, so the swap you see on LNT page, that is you can do use this swap on Uniswap v4 front end on Arbitrum. We're fully integrated, built with v4. So the mechanism is that there's actually really minimum impermanent loss because VATH price is going to converge to ATH price. So we build a custom price curve to reflect that. Basically, like if you're not building, if you just use the normal like V2 curve, then the permanent loss is significant because there's one token price is gonna continue to grow until it becomes one-to-one to the other token. So LP is gonna just 100% lose money. But because V4 allowed you to build a custom price curve, this is actually well considered within the because when we do the buyback, the VATH is going to go up gradually until eventually is converting to one. So impermanent loss is very much not a huge concern compared with other LPs, but it does take some time. Like if you deposit like today and then tomorrow someone bought a ton of VATH or sell a ton of VATH, and then you withdraw right away, that's not going to be effective. It's more for like even holding a little bit longer. Yeah, like a month or so. So yeah, still pretty reasonable. So the fees are on the LP and ATH actually increased to almost 40%, just because there's so much swap going on this week. And plus, like if you're holding VATH, the price will gain naturally. Continue with the questions. How do we balance rewarding liquidity provider and keeping the system sustainable? Yeah, so I would say the top priority is it's still rewarding node deposits. That's why we had the no cap campaign for 15 per node. Liquidity providers, naturally they are you already like earning, but we still put in a $300 sort of a reward pool for people who are active. Yeah, so but at the end of the day, like once we like do the airdrop, like do the rev share and TG and everything, LPs are still going to be incentivized. But it's going to be a balance between the activities that are like more priority to us. Like for now, definitely no deposits. I guess once we reach like, let's say we reach like 5,000 nodes deposited, then we'll probably spend more energy to reward LPs. Yeah, but just from what we've seen with the community and also other institutional holders of ATH, they're willing to have they have a ton of ATH token, but they don't necessarily have nodes. So nodes are very much segmented into certain communities, certain regions, and we're trying to penetrate those. Yeah. So 4 million, 44K should give total nodes that can be deposited into Vault. Is that right? 4 million is VATH liquidity in swap. 44K ATH is given node. Yeah. So yeah, 44K for 4 million. Yes, 44K. Yeah, you're talking about the math. Yeah. So there is it's not gonna be the exact number. So because this is a sort of a moving average, if you calculate it this way. Yeah, so the like as people buy and sell ATH, it's because we have no restrictions. Like you can redeem the node, you can anytime by burning VATH. So this is not going to be an exact number. So and it also taking fees into consideration. So if you withdraw a node right now, it requires this 47K number. And then, but if you just deposit it, a fee of 5% in VATH was taken, so you have to like buy some VATH to withdraw. So that's always constantly going to change. Yeah. So, but I think you're right in that 4 million is the VATH in swaps. Yeah. So that'll be the total addressable VATH. Yeah. So that means at current price of 0.3 to ATH, someone can buy all the 4 million VATH with about 1 million ATH. Yeah. So 1 million ATH they buy all of them. Yeah. So it's still relatively smaller supply. Yeah. Let's see. Cool. Yeah. So basically, I was kind of, oh, welcome. Nice little emoji here. Cool. Yeah, guys, so thank you for joining. Basically, we're trying to do this every week to just, number one is to update you guys about what we're doing, about the product. Any questions about the products is appreciated, and also just chat around. Yeah, so I think that's about it for like as far as Azure checker node goes. Unless you guys have any questions, I was trying to think. So basically, with the campaign, we're trying to run it for a whole month. So definitely have enough time. On the background, we're talking with some large holders that are holding like 1,000, even 5,000 nodes, communities like that. Like once we penetrate that, once like we could get them to deposit, there's going to be like tens, 20 millions of or 100 millions of ATH token there. Then it'll be really liquid market, right? Right now, liquidity is fine. It's better than OpenSea, but once we get there, I think there's no point of trading the NFT anymore. You could just buy and sell the VATH and withdraw that way. Yes, because we've used OpenSea quite a bit. It's not really that transparent, and yeah. But for now, like the people who are arbitraging between LNT and OpenSea, that is super smart. There's a couple wallets I think they're making really good returns by just being diligent about that. Yeah, so I see something coming up with the LNT. Another big news would be with ZeroG. So ZeroG, if you guys are following them, it's similar to Aether, but they're building their own chain. It's a AI focused layer one. In the sense, it's called a DAI, decentralized AI, right? So they build a chain for everything that you can consider, like with training AI models like storage, running GPUs, building DeFi on for these models or like even some agents. Yeah, so they're gonna launch soon, and we're working pretty closely about launching the LNT for the ZeroG AI alignment nodes. Hopefully we could see that soon. Yeah, so did I see a question just now? Okay, yeah, I'll wait for more questions. There's no Discord bot to track activity with the ZooFi app. Yeah, so we just launched a new round of Engage task. Definitely check out that because I think the last one was pretty successful. Lots of participation from you guys, which is great. For DCBot to track ZooFi app, we'll probably take a note to take a look at. I think it's possible. At least from I think I've seen that from other projects. You just have to set up an API for that. At least also with TG as well, you can set up API such that whenever someone deposits, and then there's going to be a channel to say 0x something deposited a node. Yeah, that could be a nice feature, and then we could sort of make it transparent on the for the people, not for everybody. And especially right now, it's there's the $15. We could just say, hey, someone deposited and just made the $15 rewards. This could be quite convenient because we have the activity tab in the LNT page that we could just integrate on the Discord. Yeah, we'll take a look on that. I mean, this is how we can see the leaderboard on people contributing. Correct. Yeah. So this is important to. This is like you can put a name to each wallet, so you know which member did the which activity. So I think for deposit, it's going to be really straightforward. For providing LPs and trading, it might take a bit of development, but we'll take a look on this. Yeah, you're right. That'd be a nice feature to have. Yeah, going back to the zero G cool idea. Yeah, definitely. I think that would be cool. I'll take a note of that. Oh, and I was just checking. If you go to the LNT wall, we just reached the cap for zero G again, 50,000 testnet deposit. So yeah, so they're doing the TGE. I think like in the next 2 weeks time frame. And people are like crazy with the testnet. We had to set up caps because they're just taking all the bandwidth of the on the RPC. Yeah, so right now it's a 50G. I know this is a like there are some users who get 1,000 deposit. There's no cap. You can do it as much as you want. So that's yeah, pretty crazy. So once we launch, I think there's 80,000 total zero G AI nodes. Yeah, if we could get to 50K nodes deposit, we're definitely gonna be ready for TGE, and there's gonna be a good amount of revenue that we could just like give it to the token holders. So yeah, hope to see that soon. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the LNT. There's also another wallet repo that we launched pre-deposable for repo. We haven't talked much about them because they're still kind of early. But they did do a node sell with Anoma. And the thing with the repo pre-deposit is that they get pretty much 95% of their 500 nodes already deposited in LNT. And we're just waiting for them to TGE. People are selling zero-G nodes before mainnet. Oh, good question. So this is at least on our side, this is not a they're not selling it. So this is purely for educational purpose. They would get a fake node on testnet, and then they would deposit, and they can do all this stuff on testnet. If they actually hold the nodes, we're gonna launch or if you guys you bought the zero-G node, we're gonna launch the same campaign once we get to mainnet of the Discord roles will have like just like Aether roles. There's gonna be zero-G roles. And there's additional like rewards for deposit and then trading the V0G token. Yeah, but for now, I don't think there's a market for that yet. It's being kind of not on the center stage for DOGTG because everybody's trying to see how much token they can get. Yeah, but the node holder, we've talked with some with the DOG node cell. There's more institutional participations. There's some funds, even market makers. They bought some nodes. Yeah, because if you think about it, nodes are basically like a token package. It's like a vesting package. yeah, so some of these investors, it's similar to as if they're investing in the DOG token. Notes are locked for 1 year. With DOG is 3 years. Yeah. So Aether was 4 years, and now there's 3 years left. DOG is gonna be 3 years. So once they sorry, yeah, you're right. It's locked for 1 year, but the vesting contract is 3 years. Yeah, correct. So it's gonna be locked for 1 year. But it's still possible to integrate because they could open a whitelist such that you can only deposit the DOG node to LNT. So this is gonna be great because with Aether, it's you can do it on OpenSea or LNT. When we launch with DOG, you sort of can only trade it on LNT. So that's definitely bullish. The lock is enforced, but there's in the NFT contract, there's you can add whitelist such that only certain address can be transferred into and out of. Yeah, same thing with SoFi. SoFi is locked until I think December, and we're working with them on the integration. So like if that gets launched anytime soon, it'll also be through a whitelist. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of SoFi, so they're doing a node buyback. Also like a relatively smaller holder community. But yeah, so they're like they're trying to buy back their node. It's just gonna be so much easier if you have a open market to sort of trade these nodes like with LNT. Um, yeah. So the yeah, by the way, so we're in Boston this week. Like for there's a Boston Blockchain Week conference in America. And yeah, as you guys see, we very nicely won the pitch competition by Gains Ventures at the center stage of Boston Blockchain Week. Yeah, so basically, just I think we put our info with applied through Gains a couple months ago. Never really thought much about it. They're um, like a VC incubator that an event organizer that does this type of pitches. They do it across the globe. They did it in Dubai, they're going to do it in Korea, Hong Kong, and yeah, each time they do these competitions. And we happen to be in Boston this week, so did the competition pitched LNT to some of the local judges here, some VCs, some industry experts, and they really enjoyed it. We are way too advanced for as far as the participants in the pitch goes. And yeah, so got the first place. And yeah, 44,000 in basically mostly it's in like partnership credits, I think, with Aether as well. Aether is the sponsor. Uh, yeah, so shout out to Aether. It's been working pretty closely with them for the past few months, and they seem to be sponsoring a ton of competitions and events. Yeah, so we got their credits, cloud credits, Quill audits credits for auditing, which is great. We were audited by 2 firms now, but it could never hurts to have more auditors and some cash prize. So yeah, so pretty thrilled. They hosted a private investor dinner last night, and yeah, it's been good. So we actually we didn't we did a seed round. So basically, on the but that was before. So it wasn't anything. It was like 2 years ago. We had a 2 million pre-seed round. So that's why like on our website, you can see all these backers like CMS Holdings, Signum Capital, all these VCs. So yeah, so we are a VC backed project. Yeah, we don't talk about that enough. More focused on the products. Yeah, so definitely on the project side, we got quite a bit of backings nowadays with the also with Binance MVB and also OKX Accelerator. We're part of those. So behind the scenes, we're working pretty hard to push LNT to more ecosystems. And these type of competitions, it's great. It's good for exposure for sort of industry networkings. If you guys ever go to these conferences and you're more than likely to see us, we'll be wearing the Zoo shirt. Feel free to come say hi. We organize some events as well, like in beginning of this year in Hong Kong, we did a big event with OKX, and yeah, pretty big turnout. Like a couple hundred people showed up. Yeah, but we're trying to do more across the different regions. Like next week, there's gonna be actually the week after. There's gonna be Korea Blockchain Week in Seoul. We'll be there, and probably going to be at the Aether events and also ZOG events. So after that, there's going to be Token 2049. Yeah, so if you're anything in Europe, at Europe, there were this year, like is in the summer, there were what is it like canes, like in France, East Cane, what did they call it? East Canes, or it was an Ethereum event. So but what's next? I probably have to check the calendar. So not that I can think right now is like towards the end of the year, but yeah, Europe, like if you're talking about like West Europe, um, France tend to host ton of events. There's a Barcelona, uh, sometimes have events or in the early like early springtime. Eastern Europe as well, like was it East Prague, um, East Prague, what in and what was the other one? Like there's a couple like in Turkey as well, like sort of Europe and Asia. Um, yeah. So depending on where you are, there will be, and yeah, we'll definitely keep you guys. That's something to sort of share with you guys as well, I guess, on events. Yeah, but there's also in terms of this year, there's Dev Connect in Argentina. So if any of you guys are in South America, that's gonna be a big one. That's in December. And typically in Dubai, there's tend to be a ton of events. There's I think there's something in December. Yeah, so be cool to check out some of the events if it's close to you, to see what projects are active and then see what's going on. And typically there's ton of like freebies, free merch, free stuff that you can get, and also alphas, industry alphas. Yeah. Let's see. I think that's pretty much everything. Also wanted to mention that the new Engage task is live on the Discord. And we also newly launched a Twitter community on trying to be more organized on Twitter. And yeah, so these are going to be the main channels. We don't have we have the TG group as well, but that's not super active. We tend to like to manage the Discord, do it a little bit better here. But if you guys have any suggestions, definitely reach out to us. Um, yeah, pretty much that's about it for like as far as Zoo's updates. Um, any things that you guys want to like talk about like with macro? It's lots of actually quite a crazy week in the US, and also just globally with I I'm not sure if you guys follow the news, geopolitics and everything. Lots something happening in the Middle East as well. All of these are like shocks, I would say. Like If the price dips, I think it's generally great right now. When the price dips, it's because the overall narrative does not change. It's a bigger picture as a rate cut and everything. Crypto being adopted and then U.S. Official backing with legislation efforts and TradFi institution trying to do all these deals of MicroStrategy type of treasuries. So overall, pretty, I would say like pretty bullish overall still. So that's why you don't see Bitcoin, retracing below 100K for quite a while. So any type of dip, it's gonna be great for long-term buyers. Yeah, that's what I would say. Um, Other things that were exciting about would be yeah, definitely the ZOG launch. That's gonna be good. And also working with SoFong, we're trying to let's see if we can get something out next week with SoFong. And really for us, it's two things, right? One is grow with either checker node node holders, node deposits. The other is to horizontally launch more vaults. Basically, the end goal for the end of this year would be to make LNT a ubiquitous, like universal market for trading locked assets. So that applies to not just nodes, but also other things that are locked on chain, like SACT contract, RWAs. Some of these assets are illiquid, but has a predictable cash flow like nodes. And we're trying to make it possible to trade in a LNT style secondary market. Yeah. So yeah, no, great. Yeah, thank you guys for the support and everything. Definitely check out all the tasks on the Engage and everything else. We'll keep you guys posted with more updates. Okay, I think that's about it, unless you guys have any last minute questions. Um, yeah, so next week, be prepared for some volatilities, or not, or if you think everything is priced in already for Wednesday, then it might just be, pretty smooth. But cool. September, by the way, September historically is a bad month, but so far it's been good. Maybe there's going to be some sell-off after the rate cut, but yeah. All right. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for coming, and I will call it a day. All right. Have a good one. Gonna end the stage now. Bye.